Greetings everyone. So today I want to talk about why Apple doesn't have multiple user account. On your Android phone, you can go in there and you can see that you can add multiple user. On some Android phones, you can also add a guest user. So each user will have their own account, they have their own apps, they have their own email, you name it. But this feature is actually available on the iPad. You just don't have access to it. And I'm going to explain the reason why. So first off, Apple does have a feature to add multiple users to the iPad, but it's only available to the school district. And Apple called that service Apple School Manager, which gives the school the ability to add multiple students to the iPad. So that means each student can log in and get their own apps, their own data, and everything they do for that class. So that proves that Apple has the ability to add multiple users to the iPad because they already do it for the school system. Now, outside the school district, that's not available to us. So why doesn't Apple let anybody outside the school district add multiple users? One reason only. They want you to buy multiple iPad for each member of your household. And we already know why they do it that way, because they want you to spend so they can increase their revenues. But they should really have that option for the consumers, because you got your regular users and then you got your casual users. Now, if you have 2 or more casual users in your household that rarely use the iPad, probably check on the mail, check on the weather and stuff like that, they would be the perfect candidate to be multiple users. They can log in under their own name, check whatever they want to check, look into their own apps and use it for a certain period of time. And then they're going to put it down and it's going to be sitting there until somebody else pick it up. Now, the regular users are going to want their own iPad because they're going to be using that thing constantly. And to share that will be next to impossible. So you will still have households who have multiple iPads, and then you can have the ones who use it casually just have one. But right now, that's not possible. And for the foreseeable future, I don't think Apple will ever do that, because that's probably going to make them feel like it's going to cut into their revenue. And that's the same way with the iPhone too. You cannot have multiple users. Each user would have to have their own iPhone. Now, there's workarounds on the iPad to make it shareable for casual users. Each person will probably have to have their own email client. So you can use Apple Mail, which can access multiple other mail service like Yahoo, Gmail, and stuff like that. Then you can add Outlook to the iPad, which can also access multiple email services. So one person can use Apple Mail and the other person could use Outlook, which will make them have their own separate mail by using those 2 different apps. And as far as games and stuff like that, if you don't play the same game, then you don't have to worry about sharing that, because if you like solitaire and another person likes playing poker, for instance, then you will have your own separate games. You can organize those apps also in one folder, so you don't have to worry about searching for them because they will be in one single folder. You can name that folder John and the other one Jane. As far as browsing the web, you can have 2 different browsers. That way each person can bookmark their own websites into that particular browser. And so on and so on. So you can really dive down and find all the apps that you like versus what your partner like. That's how you would share the iPad. And like I said, grouping all those apps that you like versus the other person into one folder will make it easy access. So that's one of the workarounds you can use for now as casual users inside your home. But I wouldn't hold my breath if you're waiting on Apple to have multiple users on the iPad. But if you really want to have multiple users on a tablet, you would have to switch over to the Android side. Now, Apple already have multiple user features on their laptops and the desktops, but not on the iPad. All right, so that's the topic I wanted to cover on this video. I want to thank you for taking the time for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.